Welcome to Nintendo K Channel. I am Danny. This is GoldenEye 007. I thought it'd be fun to do this unboxing, especially for people who've never seen it or you want to go back and be nostalgic about getting this back in 1997. This is when I did get this game for the platform. I do have very fond memories of playing this on a CRT about 20 inches, and playing split screen with 4 players is incredibly like cramped. But the experience, the memories that you created from it, that what defines this era. I thought it'd be fun to just go through with it and unbox this, to go back and just remind you guys, if you never had this game, or if you did have it and you don't have it in possession anymore, this is a good look of it. I do have everything inside. This is my child copy. I did keep it mint. If you notice right away, this does have a shrink wrap, but I'll explain that in a little bit. But first things first, just this explanation of the cover. You have this beautiful art, or cover art of Pierce Brosnan playing as James Bond. We have an action screen here from the movie. You do know that this is exclusive for Nintendo 64 with this symbol here, only for Nintendo 64. There does have an image of Rumble Pack. You're wondering what the world is that? It's actually an accessory. It's a novelty that you actually need an accessory for Rumble feature back in the day on Nintendo 64. Crazy as it sounds in modern day. It does support 4 players with this image here with 4 controllers. It is a game developed by Rareware, one of my favorite developers of that era for the system. Now I'm going to go around the box. On top, we have James Bond here with GoldenEye 007 and this purple color scheme. And this is standard for many of the Nintendo 64 releases of that time. On the side panel here, we have James Bond with Natalia. Really beautiful. And the Nintendo 64 logo up there. On the this side panel, we have his vehicle. Really sweet. And on this side here is this green color scheme, an action scene from the movie. And again, same thing, the GoldenEye 007. On the shelf, what I love about Nintendo 64 releases, you can pick between the purple or the green if you stand it up. Here we have on the back is a couple of screenshots of the action, and obviously back in the day, to pick a game, normally you would kind of as a kid, obviously you would look at the screenshot of the box and read the description, and it sounded exciting. And I do remember reading this in Toys R Us, so it sounded exciting. I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. And you see these gunfire, this missile silo, being a missile silo and all that stuff, shooting down enemies. It looks kind of fun, so I definitely grabbed this game, of course, right? And the rest is history. All right, so I'm gonna open this up, show you guys what's inside. Pretty simple, just pulling it out. You are greeted with the game. Really nice, right? I'll put this to the side for now. And these are the inserts, but I'm gonna go one by one. This is just consumer information and precautions booklet. The safety information is required to, let you know. And also some regulations and all that stuff. Nothing crazy, but it's included in every Nintendo 64 release of that time. So that's a quick overview of that. This is starting to get really exciting. I do love that every Nintendo release, it does include a thematic pamphlet that to subscribe to Nintendo Power. Since this is GoldenEye 007, you have Pierce Brosnan featured right in front. And it does have a free offer that will give you a player's guide if you subscribe to at least 1 year of Nintendo Power magazine. Really cool, right? And I do remember doing that a lot back in the day. And this is the back side of it. I do love, this is the same image that you saw on one of the side panels of the box with Natalia and James Bond. Next is this pamphlet allows you to order various merchandise of 007, and it's official, of course. A lot of it still look really cool to this day. Unfortunately, you can't order this anymore. And to the back side, I do love that the theme is very 90s, and you can tell here you can order the movies in VHS format for tape format. It's crazy to look back at this, and you probably don't, if you're younger, you probably don't even know what that is. But hey, those were the days. And I noticed that there's actually a soundtrack here that's available. Really cool. All right. Next, every Nintendo 64 release had a manual. Crazy. I know, it's a modern day. You don't really get that anymore. I miss those, right? So going through with it very quickly, there's a table of contents, and you know that this is a Nintendo game, official seal right there. Now, they tell you how to hold the controller, because for many people, they don't actually know how to hold an N64 controller. So, especially, I know that Even Evelyn, she's not sure how to hold it when she first saw the N64 controller. I thought it's interesting, in back then the manual would tell you how to hold it properly and how to play the game, right? Beautiful portrait of James Bond right there, with the flames behind him. A little story, a synopsis, of course. Get to know what's going on if you didn't watch the movie. I do highly recommend the game. I'm a big fan of the James Bond franchise, and GoldenEye is definitely one of them up there. So they do show you the default controls information here, what each button does, and about the rumble pack I mentioned earlier. The main menu, and you have 4 files, save files to play with. Here are the mission game, telling you about the missions and how you play the levels. I guess how you select the levels. Continue on from there, talking about Money Penny, different features of the game. Another beautiful portrait of James Bond there. This is the controller configuration screen. And this general option screen right there. Have a couple various features that you can play around with when you get into the game. This is the Bond arsenal, different weapons. There's a ton of weapons for that time, so you can kind of pick and choose what your favorites are. I remember one of my favorites, right? Golden Gun is one of my favorites playing multiplayer, of course. Moving on here, the game over screen. Unfortunate. And then this is a list of the various enemies in the game. There are some enemies that are from other James Bond movies that are featured here, like Jaws, Mayday, Odd Job. I remember Odd Job, very notorious back then with me and my friends. We have a multiplayer game. One of the defining features for this game, playing again for split screen, 4 players. And tiny little a corner of your screen of that time with a CRT. If you guys have any memories, put it down in the comments. I want to hear what your experience for the game. I'm sure you guys tons of it if you played this back in 1997 and beyond. And this is the various characters you could play. I have my favorites. Odd Job is one of my favorites because for various reasons. You guys probably know if you played this game. But what are your favorite characters? Let me know. There's some tips for success and scenarios here, talking about the different modes. This game has tons of modes, especially for its time. And rounding off here, this is some important information, copyright information, warranty, etc. And ending off here, this is how standard manuals of Nintendo 64 era looks like. So that's it for GoldenEye 007. But actually, I have one more thing. The most important thing is the cartridge. This is how they're housed in when you take it out. Standard cardboard insert. This is the cartridge itself. This is the original plastic, by the way. It's a little bit worn because as a youngin, I would actually put the cartridge back in the bag every time I finished playing with it. So in a sense, this is a mint copy. You can see that the label is perfectly conditioned. This is how the top looks like and how the back. And the connectors are, I'm confident to say, it's mint. Clean and everything, so I could literally just pop this in on Nintendo 64 and it'd be good to go. I just also want to mention quickly is if you guys are wondering why is it glossy, because there's actually the shrink wrap here. This is the original shrink wrap if you just got it back in 1997. I kept it, and what I did was I would cut around with a razor, nice clean cuts, tape it down, and you could see it from here. It's taped, so that way I just kept it mint. There was no protector besides just the original shrink wrap itself. You can see the original seam. Even the hang tab is here, which is bonkers that I kept it the way it is. But yeah, it's crazy to be unboxing this in the modern day. Let me know again, what are your favorite memories of this game? I'm interested to hear what you have to say. And definitely play this game on Nintendo 60. I should say the Nintendo Switch now. It's crazy to say, it's now available on Nintendo Switch. Let me know what you think of it. And if you first time playing it, let me know what you think as well. As always, if you enjoyed this unboxing, I do appreciate a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to Nintendo Cave for more videos like this in the future. I am Danny, and I'll catch you on the next one.